Credible information, TDN at the station, TDN Africa Media, yeah. For news and entertainment, TDN gets the latest, TDN Africa Media, yeah. Credible information, TDN at the station, TDN Africa Media, yeah. For news and entertainment, TDN gets the latest, TDN Africa Media, yeah.
Hello and a warm welcome to you as we bring you the program Salon Talk on TDN Africa Media. Thank you for joining me wherever you watch it from Diaspora.
And me na Theophilus Gbenda.
Credible information, TDN at the station, TDN Africa Media, yeah.
Inside this edition of the program Salon Talk, we look at the September 11 plan protest action will disrupt normal business despite heavy security presence. 15 Muslims will be suspended over one report of death of one small baby. And government owe car power ship $46 million. Mohammed Kamarimba Mansaye don't get bail at the appeals courts. The New Year's ambassador, Brian David Hunt, for deliver or presenting a letter of credential to His Excellency President Julius Malema in the State House. And we will get report from Putloko on different activities that so far we know they happened there. And also we get reports from one of our colleagues, na Putloko, Dennis, on empty central market. And the Commonwealth of ECOWAS delegation, they engaged the APC in peace talks. This is the front page of the newspapers, then we will bring hand to you inside the program.
All right, thank you so much, Madam Diana and family. Well, I will go through the front pages where they in front of we. I start with the Calabash newspaper. It says, President Bio entreats APC to work with government. Then the other one say, Freetown faces blackout as car power ship suspends electricity supply due to unsettled debt. Then I take another one on Concord Times newspaper. It says, Cameroon's health is life-threatening. First Lady speaks on Dewey Act in USA. Then quoting President Bio, he said, I invite the APC to work with us. That's coming from Standard Times. And now from the Sankara newspaper. It said, National Protected Area Authority boss discloses successes, challenges, and plans. Then the other one say, Fit SALONE agenda. President Bio prioritizes food security for a prosperous Sierra Leone. Then I look for another one on the Independent Observer newspaper. Parliament to redundant 137 workers. Then the other one on the same newspaper, Independent Observer, say, bike rider sentenced to 45 years for murder. Then another one say on the same newspaper, Gang robbery leader jailed 70 years. On the Premier News, it said power cuts hit Freetown after over US $40 million unpaid debts. Kamaremba released on bail. Then Bombali murder, convict to serve 32 years in jail. Commonwealth mediators engage former presidents. The Hour newspaper say Commonwealth lead mediators met with former President Nkrumah. The other one say NRA boss urges GST taxpayers to promptly file returns. Then the other one say our CEO invited to London Fashion Week 2023. Then on the intern newspaper, Commonwealth mediators visit ex-President Nkrumah. NRA Commissioner meets SALONE indigenous importers. Then Africell gift car to mega promo winner. On the Watch newspaper, it says United States and Africell partner on internet connectivity in Sierra Leone. Then the other one say special presidential envoy for climate change John Kerry announces $4 million to address climate mobility in Kenya. All right, the Voice of SALONE newspaper say Bio swallows his pride, calling for peace with the APC. Kamaremba granted bail. Subject water becomes luxury goods. The Chief Minister calls for collaboration with the three arms of government. This is not the last one in front of we. Dana, what do you think? Any of the airlines that capture your mind?
Definitely. The engagement by Commonwealth.
Okay.
Whether they engage the former president on this dialogue, whether they try to dialogue between them and the government.
Okay.
I think this don't signify the ex-president, the former president gets a very important role for play. For make sure SALONE continue to enjoy peace in this country. You know. So far we don't see photos them, we don't see the Peace Commission. I think they accompany the team, they already come for go get talks with the former president. We only see a very significant role for play. Although now get any position at the All People's Congress. To the chairman.
Or not get any official position.
Official position, yes.
Because if you say it's still powerful, then it means,
no, as for in incapacity as former president.
Oh yes, of course.
So he has a very significant role for play.
Okay, it's okay.
Former President Nkrumah don't travel widely across Africa and other parts of the world on invitation to go and talk about democracy.
Even though back home, he don't know not to bash, right? Not to bash, he's not going to bash. Back home in democratic credential, they're very low.
Well, as we perceive them,
it's based on facts, and evidences.
Well, that I cannot say, but the whole IST.
One such is the sacking of his vice president illegitimately.
I think that we don't move fast.
No, these are the democratic issues we're talking about. No, if you talk about enroll for good team up outside countries, you talk about democracy.
Follow.
I know, but it's about the messenger who is delivering the message. Is it also, is the message resonating with him or with his past? Which is very important. If you cannot be a good messenger, if the message you are preaching, you yourself have been acting against that message. And sorry for disrupting you. I'm just coming from that perspective. That sometimes people that go out to talk outside, they go present a good picture as if back home, that is the same thing they do. That they are so clean for go talk about the kind of issues they do. So as far as me concerned, it's just I don't see any.
So just because of the issue about the former vice,
not only that. In democratic credential, shrouded not so much in greater respect. Even the conduct of the last election with Guillaume a second time in office. We all know how it went. It did not go the way it should have gone.
Okay.
So, so you cannot have such a person
for the
go
fact that
out and tell people about democracy. Honestly speaking,
so I think say they ought for no better. And
well, not ought for no better. They don't know.
They know. There's nothing hidden. Everything we're in a global world.
Yeah.
Everything when they happen, they on the internet now.
Not true.
So nothing know the way they hide where they not gonna know.
Okay. Yes, but the thing is that I don't know, because most delegations when they come as SALONE, they always go pay courtesy call on former President Nkrumah, which means the international community hold up in very high esteem, and it can be talked the last term. In a one post where for be the best president SALONE ever gets, but he kicked that glory with his left foot by doing things completely out of the way. So most of the things also now when the country they go through, these not the things that were just grab they happen. These are things them where now as a result of bad precedents, bad governance precedents.
You think otherwise that the international team will come not for engage?
Forget waiting, really. What value will he add? What value will he add? That's the $1 question. What value will he add? I mean, some of me, honestly speaking for myself, many possible can get respect for that kind of people. Yes, it is my opinion. You have
your opinion.
Yeah, I'm not getting respect for that kind of people.
Yeah, I'm not getting no personal opinion.
And that's the same thing. It's the same way I will sit here and talk about President Bio. If it fall below we expectation further, because already he doesn't seem to be doing well, because his first term in office shows big failure, according to the IGR. Him getting 35.5% campaign promise delivery, that is too much of a bad failure. All it takes is sincerity of purpose, which I think most of our leaders, including President Bio, lacks. Right? And that is very, very crucial.
Well,
sincerity of purpose, very crucial.
All I can say that that's necessarily important for engagement.
Okay, yeah, but what is the result of those engagements? How are those engagements reflecting? In the way when things are happening at the country.
Well, process, they just start
so
the engagement.
It's just a fanfare.
The outcome of how it will be.
Because mind you, at one time where he visits, where former President Nkrumah visits President Bio in State House, President Bio even conferred on the title of Father of the Nation. But we see during the campaign, when bitterness come in, we see President Bio even make statements, right? And he was talking directly to former President Nkrumah. He said if he behave like big man, they will treat her like big man. If he behave like Bobo, they will treat her like Bobo. So said President Bio during the campaigning. And there are evidences to the effect. So if you're a father of the nation.
So far, the relationship between President Bio and former president, for me, I would say, not too cordial.
Well, President Bio,
there was a time they asked President Bio.
The radio
say, more in relationship.
It's not anybody with former President Nkrumah, right? But at the same time,
don't make a very clear for now.
But this is the same time we refer to Nkrumah as father of the nation.
So you see the hypocrisy.
When he say, he even talk he got to even tap from in level of experience.
Could you imagine? So
but since then, and Nkrumah is on this wall,
the level of hypocrisy.
We're not ever hearing of any engagement between he and President Bio. In other words, that just bitterness we see the flow. So what is happening? How can President Bio refer to somebody as father of the nation, from whom you got to tap experience from, and at the end of the day, on campaign you say if you behave, you go treat her like
just because of their political interest. Then they go and destroy each other.
Yeah,
it's really bad.
So what is the country experience now? Now the result of political bitterness.
Exactly.
Political bitterness. When the SNP say, if we should not say APC come back to power, we that kind of commission of inquiry there. So let us do everything possible to win at all costs.
When things they go back, say the president will come out and talk and explain.
Thank you.
They did not.
That is crucial.
Things are what they expected for the former president Bill talk.
I was expecting, no, not the former president Bill, you are talking about former president Now, I was expecting like this heightened tension, rather than deploying so many police officers, so many soldiers at the street, even parading with over 200 vehicles, police and soldier vehicles, kind of threatening. For me, the president should just come out, the president come out and address the nation. Address the nation, because honestly speaking, when you have too many soldiers, too many police officers out of the streets, it's already a serious security risk, even for the government. Okay,
let's move on the newspaper for this page.
So what else you pick up?
There was a headline that said the former, this former talk later, I mean, what? First lady.
The first lady, yeah.
The first lady for go talk about the Jewish.
Yeah, well, it said it addressed the Jewish Act now one country outside SALONE. Let me just look for it, please. It say, okay. Yeah, but we can talk about that in the West End for this, so we're not held up. Okay, look at it. It says, First Lady speaks on Jewish Act in USA. The Jewish Act, now the Gender Equality and Women's Empowerment Act. For short, they call it Jewish. And this now the products of the past parliament, the 5th parliament, will come under the auspices of President Julius Maada Bio. This act now give women them 30%. The women have been asking for 50-50. But there's another say, oh, but 50-50, but you're asking for too much more than how can I ask for 50? Yeah? Even God. I mean, he said, wives, you have to submit. A husband, love the wife. So which means we can never be equals. What do you think about that?
Hello? I think so, whatever side by side.
Oh, side by side?
Woman and nobody behind the jail.
Okay, but at least...
they tell where the woman that behind don't pass.
So what you are saying is you are agreeing with that, at least men should be in the front?
Side by side.
Side by side?
Yes.
Side by side.
Not in front and women at the back. Side by side.
So in other words, you're talking about 50-50?
Well, everything gets a starting point.
Oh, you are starting point. So for now, you are
we satisfied so far with 30%.
With 30%, okay.
Representation. I think that is
it is happening for the very first time in the history of Sierra Leone.
Yes.
So these are the things then.
The representation of women in the parliament, the current parliament.
Yeah. So we'll say bravo to President Bio for making this happen. Because it was one of his campaign promises.
Yes, even in the current cabinet.
Yeah, even in the current cabinet we see 30% women, and then even the House of Parliament we see if APC says good day, then Parliament will get about close to 30% or so. So that's a very significant. You see, we now, when it is good we say it, when it is bad we say it in the strongest language, for send a clear message that this is unacceptable. Hi, Diana.
We always stand for the truth.
Oh, the truth, very important. We need a compromise. People don't know we, they never say, you can't compromise with the truth. Then this
so the first lady now need to take the message across?
Well, an opportunity, the invitation they get for go talk on a gender conference, so they get a very good case for make. It got a very, very good case. I don't know of any other country where they're at the level, where I say any other country, I'm not being generalistic, I'm talking about Africa, right? I'm not talking about the world, right? I'm talking about Africa. I don't know of any other country like Africa. I stand to be corrected, I stand to be educated, of a country where gets such a law where give women 30% in elective and appointive positions. But we go do more research.
Subject to investigation.
Subject to further investigation.
Research,
but already, I can say, because if you go to many countries,
it's not about giving 30%.
You can't have that in Nigeria. You can't have that. I don't know of Ghana. You don't have that in Liberia. You don't. Then there's so many.
When you give them again, you protect them because we don't see too much intimidation again.
Okay. Well, we don't expect say woman herself for be woman herself for able for speak out. Yeah. Then this one say calling for peace with the APC. Bill swallows his pride. Well, this not to today. President Bill begin call for that. Even when they go address Parliament, now one of the things that we say, right? So he say in fact the current Parliament not get a 2/3 majority. So which means dialogue and consultation very crucial. So if APC not go to address of Parliament, for example, we get a situation wherein you can never have anything for even the appointment of the Speaker of Parliament. It was supposed to have been done with a 2/3 majority, which was not present at the House of Parliament. So even the election of the Speaker of Parliament, yes, it gets some legal ramifications where we need focus number and clarify whether it was done legitimately without a 2/3 majority votes.
Well, for me, I think what you had asked me, say, was it a genuine call?
By the President?
By the President.
Well,
it don't take too long. When it's dialogue for up till now, we don't see no headway.
Exactly.
Until
well, see,
international about this,
that is because
we're not able for sit down as a country, you know, as citizens and address your own problem.
Yeah, because even the chairman.
So it's how genuine the President is.
Yes. So even the chairman of the SAPP, Prince Harding, Dr. Prince Harding was on radio. He was also calling on the APC.
After he does all sorts of things.
Oh yeah, so this is such people them.
Such people inside.
You tell them to keep quiet. They better keep quiet. They better keep quiet. You see?
They're the only cause problem.
They even confuse the president.
Exactly.
You see? Because sometimes when the president they talk so, then they go so. So it takes a strong man to say, I have said it, and that is how it's going to be. Because you are the president. But like we said, you should keep quiet. As a matter of fact, when it comes to talking about national unity, this and that and that, radio is say they don't ever hand over power to APC, for example.
They don't get integrity.
They go back, they even talk, they even talk now with except with the team board. Now how for win the 2028 election.
Can you imagine?
Can you imagine? So that can be like I said about they should what?
Shut up.
That's good, that's a good one. It's not about the insult. I will just say keep quiet. Keep quiet. It's the same thing with the Speaker of Parliament, where they blast the international community, whenever they condemn the elections and then they blast them. I said, no, Mr. Speaker, please keep quiet. Keep quiet on that. Say other things you can say. Anyway, that is it. We can forget reports updates from Poloko and Lunge as well. So we'll start with the report from Poloko. What's it, Lunge? I'm not calling Lunge. I say, if I be Maboka, we'll get updates from Poloko. They will get a colleague from Maboka, when I will correspondent, you have a camp who can give you general oversight or general status reports on what's happened in Maboka, especially the impact of the fuel price increments. So let's go to Poloko.
I'm inside the local central market. As you can see, very, very empty. Nobody not come this morning for sale. Just past 8 o'clock, and during other days, by this time, we actually don't pack full with traders and people that they come for come by. That's why when we see all the table there empty, nobody not come in fear of this demonstration where they say go happen today inside Sierra Leone. Today we are the 11th of September 2023. This is the local central market, and as you said, you see for yourself, very empty, no trader, no come for cancel, in fear of say anything go up with them. This is the situation inside the central part of local, when at the central market for Salone Talk Show program then the cargo they report from central market inside Port Loko town. Now the Port Loko Central Lorry Park, say at this time of the day, plenty vehicles they can park for go different destinations. Where they go Cambia, where they go Freetown, McKinney, Lonside, and plenty other side. But as you see, right now, no vehicle not park now for go. Now then destinations there. This now because of what they be done the early board demonstration will for take place today, September 11, 2023.
Well, plenty thank you to Dennis Cargo for that report the way put it together. We will continue the program Salone Talk on TDN Africa Media. Well, I get Ezekiel Kroma, we don't join me inside the studio, based now Maboka. So, and then it's how Maboka.
Thank you so much for getting me at the studio, and I also want to thank the listeners for listening to TDN. Maboka nice, and yeah, I don't want to take up to 1 month now. Yeah, nice, just that we get other things same way citizens or residents where then the Maboka they face.
Okay,
you know,
so yeah. Just 1 month you don't do Maboka? You don't based on Maboka?
Yeah, because I go on a program.
Oh, okay. Have
yes.
you seen a day you live Maboka?
No, present
okay,
day.
so you don't adapt now to the Maboka?
Yeah, yeah, of course, now my hometown, and just that I don't see we another good day. Yeah.
So, what's in one of the most exciting things about Maboka? So, the kind of place the way you think say fine for relax and Maboka when man go and say let me take 2 to 3 days out of return.
Yeah, we thank God now. Maboka now be a left town where when you look at the development in our country, people not really think about Maboka, but we thank God the past government being go tar the township we get tardy right now, and also they bring in lights, and that is sustained now Maboka because lights they and the road make for go inside, and because of the development there, people don't they go now build fine buildings. We get one young man we go into tourism and get some building that we put up for you really come out outside and come. We get nice place for people them. We it not look like Freetown here where they charge you work money because you know say the environment so I go put up the things them. You know the earning power of the people. So it's reasonable but it's nice and conducive. Yeah.
So I think that's a very good news. Maboka more terrible. There's electricity supply. So not free for go sit on the if you are left Freetown, because Freetown not too congested, you can just take some time off and go relax there. As you don't say, there's a very comfortable relaxation center there, something like guest house.
Yeah.
Okay, so no wahala, we will come. So tell me now, we understand say the fuel increase, the price of fuel when it go up, it gets a really it creates a lot of impact, negative impact in Maboka. What's really happen?
Yes, of course. The fuel increase it actually disturbed the Maboka business centers, and that the way the price take effect, where the fuel don't go to 30,000. Now, if you go now a fuel station, it gets on 30,000. But when you go to other Chebudem, it pass. You know, the other day, that monitor bike and commercial vehicles, you know, they run at all. You know, Kamna, Makini Park, then Matutuka Park, all the inside they empty with commercial vehicles. And how then the drivers then try for minimize that one day, so that they no go see no commercial vehicle, no Okada in the street. They make sure say they send them buses for see anybody where they see say it come on and they take their number and they pay fine for that. Yeah, so like then do this because of for sure say they're not happy because of the fuel increment, And that actually disturbed because Boko people to the nearby villages, and now being Friday where this thing happen, people in Waka, tote and load for calm. It actually disturbed them, and the next day again, even on Sunday, you see many Christians in Waka for going to church because of they not been get motor car not been there, bike not been there, especially bike because Magoka are more bike.
So people are really strained.
Of course, yes.
So how do they will address this problem?
Well, since the problem way bigger for address for them, after this event, then they manage for go back to their businesses, even though the ground is still there, and the price of Okada now, actually easy. Try to say they pay like 4 million. If Okada take you now, then 7 million to 8 million. Past when I talk and meet up before, he agree. And some can say they pay me first because say some man if you don't think I don't reach.
Why are we paying for saying you don't reach with me?
Yeah, of course, because of for avoid arguments, some man would don't get a price, say okay they pay me this when they reach. Now wait till you get now they give. And for solve that arguments there, you just okay give me, and when we reach now we'll not get any business again. Yeah, but it really disturbed the people, especially the business people, because some man Adam you get for go buy granates na village, he carry them, he boil them, and na bike he get for use. So that moment when NTR be happening, actually disturb the people. Yeah.
So if you're talking about Jebu business, is Jebu business the all over?
Yeah, because sometimes
so
we get.
What I want for us, is it that the situation may reach at a point where fuel is scarce, make people never go Jebu?
Yeah.
Because I never go Jebu, you already don't 30,000 before I go buy Jebu, or before I go to a filling station. Is it that the filling station they normally they sell or waiting?
Yeah, in the morning I was supposed to take a tour. I meet the fuel station, they all lock, and you get some private vehicles the way they run, and even private Okadas them. And say now a town, not like a city where you get plenty of them fuel stations and some of them nearby villages then far and fuel stations not there at all. So people can go into Jebu where if you meet the fuel station lock, you can just go easily to people already.
So because of distance
distance and all
accessing fuel station,
exactly.
you go Jebu. And when you go Jebu, your price will increase.
Sure.
And then they fall back to the ordinary citizens.
Exactly.
So it's a serious problem.
Exactly.
So this call for investments, just like that we go invest in the guest house or whatever. So if we get people that will come home and we invest for open more fuel stations, very close, where it will be easily accessible.
Exactly.
So any other thing where you think say viewers therefore know about Maboka in terms of the health situation, the hospital, how
Yes. For the hospital side, it's nice because one my friend I happened for visit going to the government hospital there, and it's nice. Of course, like you say, Maboka gets a very good hospital because now if you go there presently, you get the MSF, the Medicine Sans Frontier.
Okay.
Self don't go there, we don't need the thing and then 10 years
I
from now.
I want for us say where hospital good, it depends on the quality of the staff there when they
Exactly.
not just the building and not say maybe the hospital go clean, but forget professionals where they deliver, where person go like able get medication, like able recover from his sickness. But let us not go then a situation go worse than the facility.
Exactly. Yeah.
So MSF
MSF they operate there. So like I say, the MSF then they operate on the pediatric, you can do them, other things and on the file. So that area there is so fine, and when you go there, it's just the response is good, and the nurses, the medical people, then they attend to the people, and they see a lot of people they come up from nearby villages for come and sick and health. So that side then very good, And the way I understand again, when it comes to major operations, now the government side, they can seek help from the MSF staff for can also join together and help. And again, where power can go, electricity can go off, MSF also can help. You know, because then you want the electricity constant, then get them machines, you know, so they can, that kind of support where they take place in the hospital there now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think now before we end, what are the costs from Maboka to Freetown?
Presently, where I'll go first now be 105,000 a pay, but where the fare don't go up, I pay 130,000. That if you get direct from Maboka to Freetown, if you get direct. It also depends because they get the commercial vehicles now 130,000. If you meet up private now 150,000. Like yesterday, because of this situation, this protest and all, Boko commercial and Botkano run. So I paid something like 160,000 for camp.
No government boss?
No, Maboka cannot get any government boss. He used to forget before, but you know, everybody get your pattern.
Okay.
So we know the same boss there.
They don't do any boss there, Maboka?
Yeah, because when it's any government boss again. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Ezekiel, thank you for the update on Maboka.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Well, we'll go for a short break and we'll come back.
For news and entertainment, TDN gets the latest. TDN Africa Media, yeah.
SALONE Talk on TDN Africa Media. We will continue. We will start with the very first issue, and this is the September 11 plan protest. This don't disrupt normal business. So we want for look at the present situation in the city. Theophilus, you come all the way from Baba.
Lovely. But I ride, come back my bike, this and that. Of course, my observation is that I see a lot of security personnel in strategic junctions, and then I don't see shop open at all. I don't see any shop open. Yes. Then I reach here, I see you call me. They try to know how the situation. So why? You know, we get confidence. The office of the president give me the go ahead for say, go out and do your normal business.
Who?
The government.
The government.
The government say go out. Me na first order make I come out of the house.
Really?
Because the government say,
don't go out.
go out and do your normal business.
Can they protect you? Can they secure you in the event? Anything goes on.
If anything happens, they are not here to help me.
They are not there.
So I have to face it.
I call you for just confirm how the situation there around there.
Yeah, they are saying,
you know,
they are too surprised.
Yes. I know they see a lot of vehicles they pass in the area. And then na phone the main road.
Okay.
You know, see picking them go school this morning. You know.
So meaning you agree with the headline for say this plan protest action it disrupts normal business.
Sure.
So what can you say about that? Is it that the people do not trust the government?
Confidence.
Because there are so many security personnel around.
Confidence. People that not get confidence.
In waiting.
Even though yesterday I see the minister, the chief minister for that matter.
Okay.
Now in Facebook page, it posts say all public schools are open and in session. Tomorrow is not a holiday. If your school sends a notice of closure, please let authorities know. all public services and institutions will be open. Tomorrow is not a holiday. They repeatedly they say tomorrow is not. Nobody knows it tomorrow holiday.
But let
Did he say it was a holiday? No.
Go on, go.
Being absent from or late to work is on each of us, including the consequences.
Oh my God.
It's getting people there.
I saw.
We have generated a standard correlator.
Okay.
With the government of Sierra Leone, human resources and management organization, because it is the right thing to do.
Okay.
We have to sanitize our public institutions.
Okay.
And those who doesn't go to work early might need the services of a police officer who leaves work equally.
Okay.
Everything is interlinked. Public transportation, including Okadas, Kekes, have issued notice of full operation.
Okay.
Our citizens will show up. Peace will win.
Okay.
Today, tomorrow, forever and forever. We will deliver.
Okay.
But see,
So what do you think about this message?
you know, just like how you may say they respond to the
Was it necessary?
It was not necessary because people they not go school, parents they not get trust, they not get confidence.
Even government offices.
Yes.
Most people not go work today. Most people not go work today.
Even if it happen to people in the street, and we don't see how the security they behave. Security not they able to distinguish, say, the people here, now innocent people there when they go for go walk. When things go wrong, they will just fire randomly. So nobody know how caught into there.
Oh yes. We also watching that happened during that August incident where some people in the Vagana they should not ask 3 bullets go meet them.
In fact, they say as they see you in the Ghana, so they fire. You know, they use 3 bullets.
Well,
Directly they shoot at people.
Well, I think that make like I don't know. They say in a corner. I don't know who's corner it is. Anyway,
So you see,
the fact of the matter is that
government for try to build confidence in citizens. Say,
now the way where with official the authorities that they handle the situation. Because like the last year where there was an incident where President Bio came out to Wasika, what did he say? He said they were already part of the demonstration, they were not terrorists there. You see, that is not the way you address your people. I mean, I met her say, yesterday or this morning, President Bio for not address the nation with a message of peace. Like me sitting here, you sitting here, for say there is no necessity for any demonstration.
At all.
No necessity.
And the embassy
Let us come to the president.
the public notice say, then they don't foresee none of the supporters they are. They are in dialogue and they will continue with the process.
That particular press statement, the APC say it's not coming from them.
Oh, it's not coming from them.
Yeah, that's not fake. That's not a fake press statement. They say they forge the Secretary General. But we got a good message.
It's a good message.
So why is the APC shooting away from? That's why at that time I will not read that because it's not fake. It's not fake. But it's well worded. And it's like it's coming from the APC secretary. So you can be telling now we'll see a press statement from the APC secretariat. Some of us will not take it serious.
Well, you see, that is the problem when they get where people only forge documents.
Yeah, that's not fraud. That's not fake.
Forge signature, forge letterhead.
Yeah.
This they happen not only the APC.
Even State House. Even State House. Forge letters from State House.
Exactly.
Yes.
So you see, these are the dilemma we face.
Yes. Then even
so when you see information now, when you see documents, you're afraid for
yes.
Because you don't get confused.
Yes.
Except you for just the time you do.
Exactly.
You cross check.
Oh yes. Even newspaper headlines. I've also saw the crop one AYV newspaper the headline. They put there something well not to AYV problem, but when you see them, you say, oh, this is coming from AYV and it is authentic. So anyway, the long and short of it is that today has been a very bad day in the sense that normal activities have been grounded to almost halt. As a matter of fact, yes.
And putting a lot of security in the streets for me.
No, it's risky.
You know,
I will not sit here and say the security forces they're divided, but it is likely that they're divided.
The presence
right? So therefore, putting so many soldiers at the streets, for instance, the soldiers should be in the barracks. Having them in the streets, I mean, they are responsible for external aggression. So there should be ways for address situations when they will get calls for call the soldiers to the streets.
Exactly.
The government said they are not underestimating the situation,
Which is
so that it not going to happen like what in happy where people they die, they kill so that policeman them, all of that. That is why you have so many officers in the street. But honestly speaking, it does not send a good message. The government, our president, should be able to talk to us. And we, at the media, we will say what is right and what is wrong. Any demonstration at this point in time is the wrong step to take.
Exactly.
Because of the outcome of it. People will die, although...
School just resume a week ago.
Exactly.
Even
Now schools are disrupted.
So the private school lesson for the resume today and tomorrow.
Yeah.
So this only affects it.
So schools are disrupted.
There's a lot of sector where they affect.
Exactly.
You know, so I think it also appeal to the one that when they call for their process there. So at times let them think about the country in development, because this they affect the country.
It makes no sense.
It creates a lot of fear in people then.
Truly, it makes no sense to go on any demonstration as far as we are concerned. But then, another important thing
that try for able to sit down at the table and discuss.
Another important thing is that they say when you talk, I don't know how to thank you, na Creole for able. How to talk again, please?
You talk again.
No, I've been not Creole, not country boy. They say when you talk to the bone, you talk to the dog. I don't know.
Something like that.
Something like that. Yeah. So now, we don't say there is no need absolutely for any demonstration. At the same time, those factors when they lead to people wanting to demonstrate should be handled with seriousness, Diana. And one of the things that when the people they say they offer demonstrate for, that the rising cost of fuel and the rising cost of living. What is the government doing to cushion the effects on the people? By removing subsidies, it means the government is doing nothing. That you are left on your own. If gas goes up to almost 1,000 euros, go and find. If you eat for the day, na your business. If you guys have a sleep, na your business. So this is not good for a society. Then if you go to election, make sure it is free and fair, and that the result is acceptable by even the losers. So these are the pointers. These are the flashpoints for people wanting to go into demonstration. So much as we go say it not make any sense for go out and demonstrate, it also makes sense for let the one who in authority for do the rightful, the right thing, the needful, so that there will be no reason for people wanting to go to demonstrate. But the peace index, I say SALONE one of the most peaceful countries in Africa and the world generally. But then what type of peace do we have? No, what type of peace do we have? Because you get two types of peace. You get the negative peace, you get the positive peace. The negative peace, now sort of special we get a SALONE, where kind of like we are sitting on a time bomb that can explode anytime. So that's the situation, Diana.
We want assurance, you know.
So for now, things are not normal. We hope so by the end, maybe towards the afternoon hours, maybe things will not begin the normalize. But even so for the security forces, now big pressure on them. Because some of them, they're not going to the host for the past 1 week. Some are going to host for the past 1 week. And at that time, if they really take care of them properly in terms of their daily sustenance and even their night sustenance. I mean, are they giving the kind of moral booster where they need? Right? And to the security forces, you don't have to be political. Your duty is national. You don't have to be political. Because the moment you try to be political, the tendency for you mismanage the smallest riot where they are around you. It creates. Those were the one there, the whole NPC there, for example, all knock the all. I mean, so you soldier, you police, your job is not political. That's the short message I will send to you guys. Okay. But I will say bravo for the good job they're doing, but you're under pressure unnecessarily.
This very sad for Oyeri that an infant baby lost in life. And as a result of that, 15 nurses have been suspended. Yeah. Details on that?
Yes. Well, the unfortunate side of it is that, we still, they not disclose the hospital. They not disclose the hospital when this happened. Because we ask questions. Which hospital? They say, no, we are investigating. Now just like the police
from the
scheme.
Ministry of Health?
They say that's from the Ministry of Health, of course, that the ministry nine suspended. So what happened? A pregnant woman went to the hospital for going to labor. And over say they get this free health care for pregnant women, lactating mothers, and children under 5 years. Lactating mother now post woman they give Bobby. Pregnant woman, no more get belly, you get for go born. For let people to understand. Understand them? They're supposed to get free access to medical attention. And over time, this government don't do quite a good job in terms of reducing the level of child and infant mortality. Right? By introducing the free health care.
Which government?
The current government.
The free health care was introduced since. And it's by
no, what I mean, it is still being sustained.
Oh, okay.
It is being sustained. How effective it is under the past regime and under the present regime is something we have to do a thorough investigation on. But then the current government, they take the praise for reduce the infant and child mortality, because even when they go on radio for good talk, this is one of their main achievements that we highlight, that the infant and child mortality is not reduced drastically. But for like this one Peking die, well, that's one Peking. I think they delayed for 3 times. So the Peking got suffocated and died.
And so many others, they lost their life.
So many others. So many others. So this particular one, I think, said the government for the treater with seriousness.
Exactly.
The ministry for set example. Because what is lucky in most of the hospitals, them, like duty of care. They go to patient, instead of, you see the patient in condition so bad, you cannot administer treatment until money laid on.
And it's free.
Yes.
Free health care.
Well, for pregnant women.
Yes.
Right? But they say, now, this will happen, so now 1 pikin don't die. 15 people suspended. Wouldn't that be the greatest responsibility? Wouldn't that be the immediate supervisor? Wouldn't that be the doctor in charge? Was this woman put on treatment? Under whose condition do my own hospital? Was she stable before she went into delivery?
So all this information, the Ministry of Health looked at.
Yeah, they for investigator. They should investigate it and know and expose the one who is responsible.
To the public.
And the one who is responsible,
understand.
when they are the greatest responsibility, should be charged to court. This is a manslaughter. They should be charged to court. I don't mind they go get them treat if they're 3 months or 6 months prison terms, but then they go to jail. So the other one them go learn less and say this is because this is not professional misconduct, Diana. Professional misconduct.
You know, the health system, they have, I we can talk about ACSL. Now, so they have. And
also, Diana, if we talk about
government hospital, the attitude to patients.
Yeah, that's one.
Now, I make you see most of the health facilities, them, you know, family members there for the good day.
Yes.
For helping the patients there.
So the attitude,
they can't care what they're supposed to do.
Yes, the attitude of the nurses is one, Diana. But then, if you say free health care, which means therefore the hospital will always get dedicated stock of drugs for treat people. So the question is, at the time when this woman go for go deliver, the nurses they get access to the drugs.
Well, last they just supply all the questions.
So these are the things.
Whether they supply or not,
so that is why we need an independent investigation on this, so that the nurses there where they don't suspect, so because not all guilty of this role. Not all guilty. They just sometimes they say, okay, we're already on duty. We're already on duty. But would that then have the doctor? Because any training nurses they do has to go through the doctor. Now the doctor they prescribe. Now the doctor they prescribe and say we'll go administer treatment.
I think we have to wait until we get more details about.
No, we
really need an
independent investigation into this matter.
Independent investigation.
Investigation. Even a coroner's inquest. For no, because this is to go beyond the death of this infant baby. Therefore, now use them as a reason for evaluate the effectiveness of the free health care. Exactly. Is it working?
Is it working?
Is it working? Because like you said, it was introduced under the past regime, and as a result of that, they shall be able to reduce the high level of infant and child mortality, right? And now, many more lives are being saved as a result of the free health care. But the question is, could it be that more lives could have been saved if the free health care is effective enough? So these are the things that I think to say with the push for them to investigate, because by right, it's not only the nurses ready for the under suspension. Would that be the medical doctor on duty at the time? He should also be suspended.
It seems as
no, not only
get some clue.
No,
you don't emphasize on the medical doctor.
No, the medical chain work.
You never call the doctor for come.
The doctor should. They're always supposed to be a doctor on duty.
On duty. Well, we don't need for investigation.
There's always. So which doctor be there on duty when I just nurses that they put on suspension, Diana?
Well, so all that they get for be part of the investigation.
So maybe the only reason that will make the one for disclose to me this hospital, because we need to know. Which hospital?
You go na connect na net. For if a doctor there. No, not to today this.
They should be on duty. They should always.
Doctor for emergency na net.
No.
1, 2 doctor where they go doctor no dey Mr. Gbenda.
What has been in our hospital? No, but what I say, I am talking about what is supposed to be the case.
Okay.
They are always supposed to be doctors on duty.
Anyway,
24 hours round the clock. That's what I'm saying, Diana.
It's true.
It is not about the side talks about it. It's about what should happen.
I'm for happy, but you know they be so. It's not happen. So now we move on now to this the government of SALONE gets a debt of $46 million. $46 million for supply of energy.
It's a serious matter.
Powership.
It's a serious matter.
How does it not accumulate this amount?
And this
pay the if you not pay the
yes.
we meet at the boat.
You're right. There is a tweet by a colleague journalist, Amadou Lamgadaba, where say the Commissioner General of the Revenue or the National Revenue Authority, Ibrahim Sahr, has confirmed that the government owes the Turkish car power ship over $46 million United States dollars for the supply of electricity, which is the reason for the power cuts being experienced in Freetown. So, we colleague Amadou Lamgadaba is quoting a very high-level government official, the NRA Commissioner General Ibrahim Sahr, and I think he was trying to justify the reason for the blackout. No. The tax regime, even on money transfer. That was what he was trying to justify. That the government need money. Can you imagine the government? Oh, this kind of million. Can you imagine? But all the car power ships go allowed such accumulation.
Seriously.
$46 million United States dollars. You know, I wish I'd be forget for calculate how much that could go, because when you say $46 million United States dollars, the other man in the street, you don't know the volume of money.
Millions of dollars.
We're talking about billions. We're talking about billion of euros. So this, I think it's around 3 billion.
46 million.
This is around roughly around 3 billion.
Those are small money, this is.
They around 3 billion. I mean, you know. So you can imagine, you know. So we're going to check the equivalent. We are not going to finish with this matter today. We are going to check on the equivalent.
And we're not able to plans of payments.
No.
So this the blackouts get for.
So you see, so now all these are the reasons that make EDSA don't request for authorization for increase the tariff.
Why does he don't say this amount?
Well, that's
why don't accumulate this amount of money? Why can't the burden?
So,
the burden on
no, the burden is back on us. Because the other time I agree.
Investigate the EDSA people.
Oh yes,
why does he don't say this money?
Exactly.
What did they do with all the money when they
where there is? They go say na fear they put up a fear. They was not fair to put. So this, you know, thing that can happen now. When the price, when the tariff go up, you can get a situation where you get rampant illegal connection and rampant electricity theft.
And it's risky.
Like that can happen. I know they say, but it is even now. Even now, you get boku illegal connections.
Fire
accident, and that. And you see, then now, what I talk about electricity theft is a very serious matter. If you go to CID, you will hear of big names, big companies were involved in this.
And this in conspiracy.
And even government entities.
In conspiracy with some of the workers.
Of course, yeah. Even tough government entities.
They are aware of
and besides that, governments, MDAs, or EDSA, plenty money. The only thing the EDSA right now because now prepaid meters that they use. But the old debts that were government or EDSA.
You know,
new building,
EDSA not serious.
Parliament, Ministry of Defense, Sierra Leone Police.
Because if not, they cut the all off.
Yes.
Cut all of them.
I know, exactly. You're right, but they will not do it, unfortunately.
So they don't serious.
Sabotage.
They want to put the burden on ordinary citizens.
So now we can get all that burden, you see, man?
Okay,
so, yeah.
Now the Court of Appeals grants Mohamed Kamarimba bail after the information leaked about health situation, you know, automatically we see they appear in a court and ask that he gets bail. Yeah.
And at the appeals courts, now he grants Kamarimba the bail in this case. So for the first time we are knowing that Mohamed Kamarimba don't file an appeal na the appeals courts.
You may not happen already.
No. For the first time we are knowing.
Okay.
We did not know. It was not in the public domain.
At all.
Right? So now that it took an appeals court judge for grant a bail, it means Mohamed Kamarimba has filed an appeal against the judgment where they overhead right now we a convict. So
okay, we will take a short break and we'll come back and continue.
Entertainment, TDN gets the latest, TDN Africa Media, connect and make the news they mean to as you go. Through Diaspora Network, they are for we all. Yes, so we bring the news to you with all the full gist and all the details. We dey unbiased too. Number one for the nation. Every story gets validation. TDN for the nation. TDN for the nation. Credible information. TDN at the station. TDN Africa Media. For news and entertainment. TDN gets the latest. TDN Africa Media.
Okay, welcome back, and we'll continue with the issue of the bail where the Court of Appeals don't grant Mohammed Kamarimba Mansari.
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. So Mohammed Kamarimba Mansari, of course, they're out now. After a couple of over 2 years, they don't take Nigeria, so over 2 years, I think. And then the appeals court judge Alhaji Mamoja Stevens granted bail based on health consideration, and the amounts for the bail are 30 million old loans. 30 million old loans, and for the new loans, we will say 30,000 new loans. And you know, that's now after the High Court, we don't get a very stiff bail, where it not be able to fulfill when make Gbenda jail all this while, saying that they sentence them. But then the appeals courts don't get a very light bail without any other condition attached. It just say 30 million olios, you not ask for Usbook, you not ask for this, you not ask for that. So now you call light bail. And that's really, if you don't even get to the High Court, but because this matter was treated differently, the get bail was so difficult that it never for it. So, but anyway, the good thing is that Mohammed Kamarimba is out. We are not supportive of anything whether to do with child molestation. We are not also saying that from real information that was what happened, that the courts find I'm guilty of that. Whether rightfully or not, we cannot say. But what we care about is that Mohammed Kamarimba be always supposed to get bail, and finally he don't get bail. We never say he will use this opportunity for seek advanced medical treatment. I'm sure in traveling document they will be under police custody, so and the case they on, so he might not be able to go and seek international or advanced treatment outside, which is what he really needs.
Exactly.
So unfortunately, that is it. He has suffered too much already, you know, and so for the have to say there's need for the grant. Hand over in documents there if you want for seek medical attention overseas.
I
Yes.
think that you need them at this particular time because we understand that you need a very critical condition.
Yeah, exactly.
So
right.
we move on now to the final issue. The US ambassador for deliver a letter of credential to the president today. Is it going to happen today? Yes.
Well, so this was said by the press secretary to the president. Solomon Jamiro, who was on radio this morning, and one of the things the way he says is that today, the new U.S. ambassador, Brian David Hunt, they go present a letter of credentials to President Bio, now State House. And even from yesterday, we don't begin seeing on social media, say President Bio is going to welcome the new ambassador today at State House. So at the end of the day, we will know whether it happened amidst this kind of chaotic situation. I mean, that the country with officers being all over.
Yes, always very mindful of situations
but then
like this.
exactly.
They always send alerts to the citizens. Then we be very careful with areas they will focus.
Yeah, but what it clear is that there is no information out that the former ambassador David Rena, they ever go pay goodbye courtesies to the president.
Why are you so interested?
No, it's part of the protocol.
Okay.
When you come, you go. Right? I come. When you come, you can present letters of credential.
The fact is that
when you go back, if you can't say goodbye.
David Rena has left the show.
Yeah, he has left.
He's gone.
He has left unceremoniously. He left unceremoniously.
He made it clear that he was going. He was leaving Sierra Leone.
No.
In the public domain.
He left unceremoniously by not going through the protocols.
He was
that is like
public domain. We knew he was leaving. So
yeah, we knew. But he had to leave officially.
Okay.
But in this case,
official.
He left through the back door.
Official.
He left through the back door.
The man is now in the US.
Enough here.
Okay. That's how we come to the end of the program, Salone Talk on TDN Africa Media. We hope that you either watch me, you don't get a very interesting discussion with me. Thank you, and hope that you will join me on Wednesday for another edition. Till then, have a blessed day, Mina Dada Kuka.
And Mina Theophilus Gbenda, they say thank you for listening to the program. We wish you a very good week. And thank you so much to my colleague Napotloko and Dennis for any reports. And thank you also to my colleague from Maboka, Ezekiel, for adding value to the program. And thank you to Tijan, where they were doing at the studio, our technical man, for the technical oversight. Thank you so much. Till then.
Connect and make the news they mean to as you go.